Hey rail fans and model railroaders, welcome back to another episode of Getting Back on Track with Steve and Roxy. So today we're going to continue with part 2 of our build series on the industrial shop building. We're going to put together the details on our building. So this includes printing all the glass with a new material we haven't used before, installing it into the skylights, windows, and doors, and assembling the roof trusses along with the other details. So with that being said, let's get this work done.
Okay, the next item that we want to work on. So these are the frames for the skylights on the roof. And this is the 3D printed glass for the skylight. So this is PETG material. And while it's not absolutely transparent, it's translucent. So if you take this building and lighten up, it'll look pretty good, I think. So we need to get these sanded down a little bit, clean this up on the inside, and then we can go ahead and put them into place. So we got like some layers of paint on the inside here. So we're gonna just file that down a little bit with this little metal file. We go around and get all sides of it. And you shouldn't have to take a lot of material off of here. It's more just all the paint buildup from the layers of paint we put on here. Okay, so then on the glass itself, we want to take and ease the corners a little bit. And that'll help it fit in there. And the other thing is, these, when you print them, they're on the bed like that. So when you pull them off, there's always a little bit of a lip on this bottom edge. So if you go against it like this, a couple of swipes, you kind of knock that little bit of a lip off there. So then we want to take our sides and we're just going to sand them down just a little bit on the sides. Then we'll I'm going to fit it from the back side. We'll stick it up in there. Yeah, it looks a little more sanding. Try it again. That's a pretty good fit. Just press it into place. Won't even have to glue this. And there we've got our skylight to fit up in there. That looks pretty good. So I've only got 8 more of these, 8 total to do. So let me go knock these out and we'll get back to you when we go to install them. So the next task in our build, as we have our bay doors, has 2 windows. We got 3 bay doors. And then we have the window glass that we 3D printed. Pretty tiny part, but I think this will look pretty good. So we need to do the same thing we did with the other glass for the skylights. We need to sand the edges a little bit. These being so small, they're really finicky to even hold on to. But we can get these pretty darn close and then press fit them in and won't even have to glue them. So that way we don't end up messing up our glass with the glue. And we'll just keep using our file here to sand it down, and we'll just keep checking the fit till we get it just about right. Okay, gonna need more. Feel like I'm filing my fingers down. Not much to hold on to here. But we get done with these doors, we'll have to do the same thing for all of our windows. And then the entry doors for the office, there's 2 of those. We'll just keep sanding and fitting until it feels about right. Okay, we're pretty close. Tap it into place. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's grab the next one. And we get the other side. And I'm kind of glad there's only 3 doors that got to be done. It's really hard for my fingers to do here. Our ends. I'm sure there might be an easier way to do this, but I haven't quite figured that out yet. But this isn't too bad. To fit. What do you think? This looks pretty good, huh? So these will just fit right into here like so. So we got a total of 3 of these to do. I'm going to go ahead and get after those, and then we'll get after some windows. Okay, our next step. So we got our doors here, and we got a window piece, and then the windows, and they each take 2 glass for this one. So the same process, we're going to grab these and sand them down. I'll probably find an easier way to do this once I get them all done, I'm sure. But this isn't too bad. I'm just trying to be careful not to sand them down too much because we don't want them too loose either. See, that one's pretty loose now. This one should fit in here. Yeah, I'm wondering if the doors and the windows are different size because that was quite a bit smaller there. And this one feels pretty darn tight on it. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think there's a slight size difference on these. So there's one door. So these should fit right in for the windows then. There we got windows and glass. So that's one door, one window down. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more windows to do and 1 more door. So I'll get those done and I'll get back to you so we can look at doing the install. Now for our next step, so we got to take and put all our skylights into place here now that we've got all the glass inserted. So this is pretty easy to do because we're just going to use a spot of glue on the edge down here. Just pop them right on in. We don't have to use too much glue here. We don't need it squeezing out everywhere, and it's not going to take much to hold these in place. So just a touch at each side to give us the holding power we need. Get more glue down here. Yeah, I like how this model is shaping up. So I got the model off of Thingiverse, a gentleman named Cabrumble that has designed an awful lot of stuff, and he's really a pretty nice guy. I've corresponded back and forth with him a few times on different things, and he designed a shed for my dad's layout, which was really gracious of him. I wish I had those skills, and I haven't taken the time to really learn the CAD programs. And I'm thinking, someday I probably should, because there's a whole side to 3D printing that has to do with the design. And I think it's a great thing to learn, because there's a lot of times you don't have quite what you're looking for. You can't find kits quite for it. And while I might be able to kit bash some things or scratch build some stuff from styrene, I like using a 3D printer. I really enjoy the act of 3D printing and learning how to do it and get things to come out. There's a lot to it. There's a bit of a learning curve, but it's not an impossible thing to do, and just about anybody can learn it. But it's just one of those little hobbies that kind of goes hand in hand with model railroading, I think. Even though I'm sure there's a lot of guys that think unless you're scratch building it from styrene and those types of materials, you're kind of cheating. But to me, 3D printing, it's no different than buying kits, which a lot of people do. And that's great. And I've bought them myself. But when you look at the cost breakdown of it, when I could build a kit like this for less than $10, whereas I'd have to spend $30 to $60 on something like this, I think, there we go, skylights. And the thing that's exciting about that, let me grab a flashlight and I can show you. It's gonna glow up real nice when we get this building lit up. Where is my flashlight? Here we go. So see how they're just translucent and shining through? This is gonna look pretty awesome when it's in the building. So you can see if we set it up here on the building, maybe it'll shine inside. So we're seeing how it kind of shines in there. I think that's outstanding. All right, on to the next task. Okay, the next item we have to do is we have to get our trim pieces put on for the roof here. So I've got these painted up and ready to go. So I'm thinking some of this thick CA will help. So we're just gonna, this stuff's so messy. We're gonna put a little spot on here. And we'll just apply it with a toothpick. We'll start with the side pieces. And we'll spread a little along here. Probably a little more glue here. Okay, so I'm thinking I got to make sure to leave one little edge down here that I can glue on once I get the rest of this all located on here. Okay. I should be able to move it around a little bit once I get it up there. Approximately where we need it. Kind of get it into one side. Then I can work the other. Should be able to pull this out just a tiny bit here. Okay, it's looking about right. Let me get the other side. Okay, those look about right. Okay, so I'm thinking I will try to get the front piece on here. This is a little bit finicky here. It looks pretty good. Gonna hold it in place for a second, should do it. There we go, looks pretty good. And if I can just get this other side on without messing the whole thing up. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm going to need just a little dab at the very end. That looks pretty good, I think. I'll be doing more weathering and stuff on this down the road once I get it placed. I'll be able to better understand what kind of weather and area would cause a change to the looks of it, but I think that looks pretty good. All right, what's next? Well, there you go. We got in there and we printed with a brand new material, the PETG, and that was a little tricky. It took a little dialing in and a lot of bad prints before we finally got it just right. But I think the results are going to be pretty fantastic when we light this building up. We get all the glass installed, the roof and the trusses all put together and all the trim put on, And all those details are ready to go into the final assembly in the next episode. So in the meantime, you guys have a good time running your trains and working on your layouts. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you back here again on Getting Back on Track with Steve and Roxy. Bye all.